So Facebook ads not converting the way you want them to? I'm going to show you how to fix 9 critical leaks in your Facebook ads funnel that can help them perform better. Hey guys, Yuri Elkaim here, founder and CEO of Healthpreneur. We help health and wellness professionals fill and scale their practices by working smarter, not harder. And one of the ways we do so is by leveraging the power of Facebook advertising. It is an absolute godsend. We should be thanking Facebook every single day for the opportunity to reach hundreds, thousands, even millions of our perfect clients and patients at will, literally. But what happens when things don't work out the way you want them to? Well, that's what I'm going to show you how to look at in this video. And specifically, there are 9 areas you need to address. And I want to give you really a checklist in the following order that I think will really make a big difference in helping you identify where some of the issues are with your funnel. This is something that we've helped thousands of clients now over the past several years who are all health practitioners. And they run Facebook ad campaigns. Either they've never run them before or they have without good return. We help them improve all of that so they can actually bring patients and clients in and make positive ROIs from their investments. It's really, investing in your business is the best investment you can ever make, way better than real estate or stocks. You have 100% control. And if you do things properly, the returns are insane, 5 to 10 times ROI within 30 days. It's amazing. Okay, so let's have a look at these 9 areas. So number 1 is if you're running Facebook ads, hopefully you have some type of funnel set up. And by funnel, I mean there needs to be a rhyme or reason to what you're doing. If you're running Facebook ads just to boost a recipe post, it doesn't make a lot of sense, right? So we need to have some type of funnel. And a funnel is essentially just a sequence of pages. So it might be a Facebook ad to an opt-in page to book an appointment page. There's a bunch of different stuff here. But number 1 thing we have to look at is the tech working properly? Because if you're sending people to a page, as an example, from your Facebook ad, and they're landing on that page, and then that page is broken, guess what's going to happen? Your Facebook ads are not going to work. If they're opting in and they get taken to a 404 not found page, or their email doesn't capture properly into your email CRM, that's a problem, right? So we have to make sure the tech is taken care of. And the easiest way to do that is for you to go through your own process, your own funnel, as if you were a visitor, as if you were a prospect. Opt in, make sure you land on the right pages, make sure the pixel's firing properly in your Facebook Ads Manager, make sure you receive the initial welcome email, basic stuff, okay? So that is the first thing we have to look at. Second thing is we want to look at campaign structure. Now, in almost all cases, not all, but in most cases, if you're generating leads, right? So you're getting someone to opt in or watch a webinar, the purpose of that campaign is a conversion. So if you don't have the campaign set up properly, let's say you have the campaign objective is set to clicks or website visitors as opposed to website conversions, Facebook is going to send you very, very different types of people. Facebook is very smart. The algorithm is very tested, and it's going to say, okay, cool. Your goal is to get people to the website. Awesome. We'll just send you people to the website. And that's a very different pool of people who historically have shown that behavior of clicking stuff and going to visit pages, but not necessarily opting in or converting. So we want to be able to make sure that we're choosing for the most part, and again, different campaigns might have a different focus, but if the goal is to generate leads, like get people on your email list and build a relationship with them, the goal should be website conversions, and that's important because that way you're going to get the right traffic or better quality traffic who are more likely to opt in for what it is you're offering. So that's campaign structure. Third is we want to have a look at something called CTR. CTR is click-through rate. And specifically what I'd recommend is actually looking at unique outbound click-through rates. And what that's going to measure is it's going to measure the number of people or the percentage of people who clicked your link off of Facebook to the eventual landing page or the destination page. This ideally should be more than 1.5%. What this is going to give you an indication of is how effective is your message? How effective is the ad itself? This is one of the truest measurements of the effectiveness of the ad almost in isolation. If your ad, any given ad is lower than 1.5%, then there's probably something wrong with the copy, something wrong with the image, something wrong perhaps with the message to market match. Audience to messaging might be a mismatch and they're not resonating with it. So click-through rate is very, very important. We have clients that are getting click-through rates upwards of 12%. And I'm like, how on earth are you doing that? It's incredible. But what happens is when your click-through rate is high, your cost per click goes down. And if your cost per click goes down, then most likely your cost per lead is going to be lower as well. So click-through rate is really, really a good starting indicator of the performance of your ads in isolation. Now, if we were to look at the subcategories of click-through rate, so let's say your click-through rate is under 1.5%. Let's say it's like 0.5%. And you're like, man, what do I do here? Well, first thing we're going to look at is the audience selection. This is where I think most people go wrong. I've talked about, the importance of the offer and stuff in previous videos, but in terms of the technical setup of your ads, audience selection or how you decide to target people is really an important area that I think a lot of people go wrong. Some people try to over layer it. They want to make sure they only hit certain people with certain income brackets. Here's the holy grail is if you can go generally broad within any given interest target and allow the message to do its magic, that will allow Facebook's algorithm to find the right people, as opposed to saying, put this message in front of people who like this and also must like this and also who have a lot of money and also this. As soon as you start putting these layers in, you're paying more per everything, more per click, per lead, everything. So the audience selection is super important. There's many, many audiences you can create or target based on your demographic. I'm not going to go into those here, but audience selection is important, okay? Now, what about the actual ad copy itself? I have another video about showing you the 3 M's to ensure that your ad copy is resonating with your audience. If you haven't seen that, we'll include a link or a video or a pop-up or something on this video to direct you into that video if you want to check it out, because that's a really good video on helping you create Facebook ads that actually convert. So ad copy is extremely important. What I would strongly recommend is you use longer copy and move away from the 1 and 2 sentence stuff. No one connects with 1 and 2 sentence copy. More people connect with story. And we've been using story successfully with ourselves, with thousands of clients, and it's definitely the way to go. So ad copy is important. The other thing that's really important is the image, right? The image, the purpose of the ad is to stop people in their tracks. If the image doesn't do that, then it's not going to do its job. You want to find images that are going to pop, that are going to have contrast to the feed, that usually are going to be, not all the time, but you have to test this, image of a happy, smiling face up close, like you can see the whites of the eyes type of up close. Those are generally going to work better than inanimate objects or like an image of a book, for instance. So the image is important. The only way to know which image is going to work best for your ad is to test at least 2 variations of an image for every ad you have. So if you have one ad, one copy, for instance, you duplicate it, image 1, image 2, and you see which one works better. And then you just go with the winner. So that's kind of audience, ad copy, image are 3 important components that will impact either positively or negatively your CTR click-through rates. Okay, next we have to look at the Optin page. Now you should be sending people to a page that captures their name and email. If you're not, please click the link below this video if you're a practice owner and you need help with your Facebook ads and you want to get more patience. And let's book a call to speak about this because this is a big waste of money if you're not doing this. Optin page, you're going to offer something in return for name and email, right? And what that's going to do is you're simply going to provide something, could be a webinar, could be a lead magnet, free resource, etc., that you give someone in exchange for them giving you their name and email. And there you go. Okay. If you're not capturing that information, you're wasting a lot of money. And the thing is, like, you might be sending people to that opt-in page, but are they even converting? If they're converting at 5%, you've got a major leak on that page, and that needs to be fixed as soon as possible. So the opt-in page is a big area where you're going to get a lot of drop off. Sorry, my little guy upstairs is screaming his face off. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's the joy of working at home sometimes. So the opt-in page is important. You need to maximize what's happening there. Keep it simple, really clear headline that's benefit driven, call to action button above the fold, and just keep it simple. Okay. Don't overcomplicate it, but it needs to be very, very clear. And people landing on that page need to be like, oh, I understand why I would take the next step here. And it should be congruent with the ad, right? Next is what happens post opt-in. So when somebody opts in, what's the next step? What's the next page? Thanks so much. Check your email. Have a nice day. That's a massive wasted opportunity, because that thank you page, once somebody opts in, is the only piece of real estate in your funnel that 100% of people are going to see. 50%, statistically, 50% of people who request something for free don't even open it in their email afterwards. So if you have 100 people give you their name and email, only 50 of those people roughly are going to actually check the email and open the thing they said they wanted. So that thank you page is one of the most underutilized and overlooked pieces of real estate in almost every single business I've ever consulted with or worked with. And so what you put on that opt-in page, or what happens after the opt-in, is very important. And that needs to be done properly in terms of, technically, the page has to show up properly. But what's the offer there? That offer needs to be, depending on what it is you're offering. Are you selling something directly, like a course, or are you offering a consult or an appointment? That needs to be dialed in, and it needs to be very, very well done. And then the final piece is really the email follow-up. So if somebody opts in and they never receive an email from you, that's a wasted opportunity. They've given you their name and email address. This is the opportunity now to understand that most people are not going to take action now, but you want to be there when they do. And the best way to do that is by adding value to them, being top of mind, being present in their inbox with valuable content at least once or twice a week. And especially initially, when they opt in, there should be some type of autoresponder sequence. That's going to be anywhere from like 3 to 7 days. Every single day, here's the thing you wanted. Do you want this other thing? Do you want to come in for an appointment? Because now they're at their hottest. Okay, they're at their highest degree of pain or desire for the thing that it is you're offering. So that email follow-up is extremely important. And even beyond that initial couple of days, having a good cadence of regular communication with your email list is extremely important. Okay. So these are 9 areas 9 leaks really that you really want to look at and plug in your Facebook ads. It's not just about the Facebook ad, right? You could have a great Facebook ad, but if nothing is being sold on the back end, you can't make money from your Facebook ads, right? It's also very challenging to sell inexpensive things using Facebook. If you're selling a $27 ebook, it's going to be very challenging to make that work. So if you want really like the proven winning strategies to make Facebook advertising work, and I don't even like using the word Facebook advertising, because the goal is not to have Facebook ads. The goal is for you to have patients or clients come into your business and for you to be able to acquire them at a profit. You pay $100, you get a client that's worth $1,000, as an example. When you can do that forever. But if you're spending $100 and making $0 consistently, well, obviously you're not going to continue running that. So the goal really is to have a system that is proven to work, that is dialed in, so that you can bring people in on autopilot at a profit. And that's what we can probably help you do if you're very good at what you do, if you own your own practice, if you're willing to take ownership of the reins of the necessary marketing and business skills to take control of your practice, as opposed to delegating or outsourcing this to some agency who's never going to care about your business as much as you do. If you're interested in having our help, at least get clear on what you're doing, where you want to go, and why you're not there yet, we can do that. And we do that through something we call a practice growth session. It's a free consults where we jump on the phone with you and really figure out, as I just said, where are you at? Where do you want to go? What is it that you're doing that isn't working? And how can we install a better strategy, a better game plan, like I'm showing you perhaps here, that can help you achieve the results that you want to achieve? So if you are a practice owner and you want to grow your practice, if you want to get more patients, whether that's in brick and mortar or virtual, then I would recommend you booking a call with us today and let's have a conversation about what that might look like. And if you'd like our help, you can certainly ask us about what that can look like as well. Either way, I hope you found this video helpful. If you have, be sure to subscribe to the channel because I've got lots more goodness coming your way and lots more goodness I've already created to help you build a very successful health business that can impact a lot of people and make you a lot more money and allow you to enjoy your life in the process. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your time and attention. Yuri Elkaim signing off. I'll see you soon.